Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this very special video and video hop. So today I'm just so thoroughly honored and thrilled to have a lot of my friends, my lovely scrappy friends, participating yet again in a Mercy Tiara 27-day challenge summer inspiration challenges YouTube hop. Oh my Lord, try and say that fast 5 times. I don't think you can say that fast. It goes on forever. So again, like we did during the winter series and the spring series, for the summer series, with just a little over a week, about 10 days left to the seasonal series of challenges, we've gotten together to provide you a whole bunch of inspiration on pretty much every single challenge. Each of my friends chose one of the challenges. There may be a challenge that's represented twice, I'm not so sure, but we have about 15, 16 videos for you today. So grab yourself your beverage of choice, sit back, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration for maybe that one challenge that you're finding a little bit hard to get done. If you're not a member yet of the Mercy Tiara 27-day challenge Facebook group, the link of course will be below. Come and join us. There's still time to get a lot of the challenges done. And as has become a tradition now, stay tuned to the end. There will be a bonus challenge associated with this hop. Of course, you're used to the double dip scrap lift challenge, so that will be probably the challenge we have, but there's going to be a little bit of a twist to it this time. Can't be doing exactly the same thing every single YouTube hop now, can we? So I chose today to do a bingo one because quite a few people let me know that that's the one that, although they love the bingo boards and they love having all those choices, it's sometimes the harder one for them to get done. And I must admit, I kind of made it even hard on myself this time, because I do try and put some easy ones on every row and every column, but then always throw in something maybe a little bit more challenging. So this time I chose to go with the 4th row, 3 different patterned papers, a handmade embellishment, that's always a little tricky one, use gold or rose gold, punches or die cuts, nice and easy, florals or butterflies, nice and easy. So basically these 4 were quite easy, just a little handmade embellishment. Now this is also, of course, using my How to Kill a Kit with Style for August, and the beautiful Pick Me Up collection, as well as the Whimsical collection, all of the lovely goodies that were sent to me by Kelsey. Kelsey, of course, who is participating in our YouTube hop today with, for sure, a beautiful mood board. You know how she does just awesome justice to the mood boards. And of course, the other mood boards will be here beautifully represented as well. So I've got here one of those 1/3, 2/3 type designs that are one of my go-tos with a little bit of a twist. I sort of have a little bit of this lovely floral paper. This was from the Whimsical collection. And Kelsey, yes, I did. Oh, I backed it on just a piece of cardstock here that I don't use, but I did cut this so that I could use the rest of this paper elsewhere for sure. This is also, I'm not sure if this one was from the Pick Me Up or from the Whimsical. I think this is from the Pick Me Up collection, which is part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So there are 2 pattern papers, and then I used some scraps that I had on my desk from the 6x6 Pick Me Up paper, and there are 2 pattern papers here that I used for backing the photo. This is my grandniece when, for her sweet 16, there was a quick little getaway to Paris, and this is her in front of the Mona Lisa, hence that very, very original title of mine on the side here. So I did the 1/3 2/3 kind of design. And then here I only really put the 2 layers, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to put my photo, and then all of a sudden I realized that I could tuck this underneath because that paper sort of finished here, and then have just the top part overlapping, and I really like the way that looked. So I've done that a couple of times now. I think you saw it on one of my TN Tuesdays spreads as well. So I'm quite enjoying that, and I love the little detail that it gives. You have this little tucked under, this on top, so you have some layering and a little bit of extra interest and dimension. Then of course the next are the handmade embellishments. So I basically have 2 handmade embellishment clusters here that I took. I used my punches for the circles and this little scalloped circle here, these circles. So I used my punches as well here. This background paper, of course, is a beautiful floral. And then I have some lovely stars that are in gold, and there's a little bit of gold foiling on this floral die cut, which also goes for the florals. So I've got the 1/3, 2/3, and then I said, okay, so I started by making this little cluster using a punch. This I just did a fishtail. These are some scraps that I had left over, and I decided that that looked lovely just down here in the corner, and it made for a perfect little embellishment cluster. Just popped a little puffy sticker camera on here. So having that here with then the picture central, I felt I needed a cluster up here on the top to give it sort of that little diagonal embellishment. Used a punch again, took one of the whimsical floral die cuts, punch of the same piece of scrap paper that I had here that I could put on top. And these circles come from one of the Pick Me Up papers that I added to my kit, the 12 by 12 ones that I had in my stash. So I just gave those sort of a little bit of an offset, put another circle right there in the middle, and used one of the lovely flares that I had in my flare bowl. Put a few stars so I could have 3 little stars there, 3 little stars there. And then I put my title here, and I love it. And this I snuck into my Indigo and Ivy kit, and I use these lovely, so they're chipboard on top. Can you see that? They are chipboard on top and foam underneath. So lo and behold, American Craft thickers that stick. Is that not just awesome? And then I felt, well, I sort of need a 3rd little cluster. This little corner had a cell phone and a few little bits underneath it that didn't really, that sort of detracted from the photo. So I just made another little embellishment cluster here with a bunch of little scraps, a fishtail, another little punched circle here, inserted this little bit of scrap, and then I did 3 circles, and sort of a backpack type puffy sticker here. So that is how this layout went. And so little handmade embellishments can be quite easy as punching 3 or 4 different size circles. One of them or 2 of them may be scalloped to add a little bit of interest, putting either a flare on top or a little puffy sticker, and there you have it. Or having different size little shapes that can stick out and layer upon one another. So that's a fun way of making some handmade embellishments. So there you go. So that is my contribution to the hop today. Please go down and of course follow all the links to all of my lovely friends to see all of the gorgeous projects. I know we have some 12 by 12s. I think we have a double page layout, maybe an 8.5 by 11. I know we definitely have a card from Sarah Scraps, which I think is awesome. It's become her tradition for these hops to contribute a card, which I think is fun. It gives sort of an off-the-page type idea to interpret either some of the sketches or some of the other challenges. So tell me so far, what challenge have you found the easiest? Which is your favorite? Which one do you find maybe more challenging than the other? So talk to me down below. Follow everybody. Take some time. It's a lovely afternoon. You could spend a couple of hours watching all of these awesome videos. And so where do we go for the bonus challenge for this series, this YouTube hop? So yes, we of course are going to do the double dip scrap lift, which means you scrap lift one of the layouts projects throughout this hop, one of my lovely friends. And you can count it for this challenge because there will be an album over in the Facebook group for this particular challenge. And then you can also enter it into the original challenge. So for instance, if you scrap lift Kelsey's mood board layout, you can enter it into the mood board and into the scrap lift. If you enter Dorothy's or somebody else's sketch, you can enter it into the sketch and into the double dip. But we're going to have a little bit of a twist and make it maybe a little bit harder. So what you're going to do with the scrap lift is you are either going to change the format. So for instance, this is a 12 by 12, turn it into an 8.5 by 11, turn it into a TN spread. This one actually lends itself quite well to turning it into a TN spread. Turn it into a card. Take Sarah's card and turn it into a layout. So that is one way. So you're going to scrap lift, but you can either change the format or simply do a scrap lift with a different orientation. So scrap lift, but let's say if you were doing this one, turn it this way and scrap lift it this way. So the bonus challenge, which is a double dip. So since it's a double dip, you get 2 entries. We have to make you work a little bit harder. Scrap lift, but change either the orientation of the project that you're scrap lifting or change the format to a different size or type of project. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your participation over in the group. I'm loving all the projects. You guys are so creative. It's such a wealth in all of the albums. There is so much inspiration there. If you're ever lacking some mojo, go into the albums. The albums stay there forever. If you're not a member of our group yet, come on over. Let us know that you're coming from the YouTube hop and some of those questions, and we'll get you approved really quickly. So thank you once again, and enjoy the hop. Talk to you soon. Bye.